We're going to do a split dye slice and smudge and a 2-row install of slice strands on this lovely lady. So I'm going in horizontally. You make sure your saturation is super extra. As always, I'm using my wide foil so that I could take wider sections, and I'm going up horizontal all the way up to the part line on both sides. This was so fast. My application of this color or of the foils was about 15 minutes, and this is a retouch. So I had done this about 10 weeks ago, and now we're going back in, keeping in mind where the extensions are going to sit. Okay, so I just went up on both sides and then popped in a few underneath. So you see I'm going all the way up to the part line, and then her extensions are really going to do the rest of the talking. Those were sort of pre-colored to match what we're going to do here. As always, I'm going to leave out the face frame while I do this, and I am going to go up and I'm going to take my horizontal slices. That's going to give you the most coverage. So since we're creating sort of like a lived in split dye, but not like a solid block of color on both sides, I'm just going up horizontal because that's going to give you the most coverage doing that. That's going to cover the most surface area and give you that look almost of like an all over color. We're going to smudge it out as well with like a level 3, but first, we're just going up and doing those horizontal slices because that is really important to the general overall look, okay? So I'm taking out the face frame. I'll go back in and do that later. I saturate the underneath. I'm using my Nicki Wildflower Slice Time brush. It works beautifully for this. I want you to watch my hands. I pop it under, and then I am going in. So I have the glue there, which is underneath, painting the underside. Now later, I am going to go in and pull down some lightener and do a quick, like by the shampoo roll, little lightener with some shampoo. It's really just like a bleach wash, but we called it a fluff at my old salon, so we're going to call it a fluffy. Sounds better, right? So we're going underneath, and you see how easy it is to retouch slices because, and also I just want you to view how it grows out. So as I take my slices, you'll see that there's no solid line of demarcation, even though I did straight up slices last time and just smudged it out with a level 3 alkaline demi permanent color. Go in, taking the slice, but you see it like none of them are solid blocks of color because the hair grows out in different growth cycles, so it naturally diffuses over time. So that whole fear thing, it's just not a thing. But when you do your root smudge, you are going to need to use an alkaline cream-based demi-permanent, or you're not going to get the coverage or the longevity that you need in order to have this grow out seamlessly. If you use a straight up permanent, you might have trouble breaking through it next time, which we also don't want. We don't want the banding, okay? So I'm going in. And if you see the empty chairs, it's because I was prepping for a class and I wanted to get this part done before the rest of the class came in. Or before the whole class came in. I just wanted to prep the foils. So I'm going in, painting my underneath, plopping it on down. It takes such finesse. And then you have to like just adjust the hair. So it's so fun. So half is going to be almost like a magenta reddish color and the other half is going to be purple. Just a really cool look. She has a bit of a side part, so. And there I could have used a regular foil, but you know what? I wasn't going to fumble around with them, so yell at me for the waste. Okay. Now I'm going to go in and do the face frame. When possible, I like to just go away from the face with that. It's so much easier. Just paint with the shape of the head. But you wouldn't be able to do that if your foils were not locked in place. I'm a lot more dainty around the face frame because it's really important. A lot more mindful. Because you're going to be able to tell. And the third one. And then I just do the ones on the side as well. And just like right underneath. So I think about where my extensions are going to sit. So they're going to be, Alyssa's going to bricklay the extensions. And they take about like 10 minutes per row each to install. And she does sort of a J placement with them. So it's like, so that they sit kind of higher up on her head. So I thought about where they were going to be. And I'm like, I'm not going to waste my time packing foils into this area when they're going to literally be covered by extensions anyway. So you need to start thinking like that if you're going to implement, if you want to be time efficient and you want to implement extensions into your services. Like these transformative looks are so, they're not easy. I don't want to say easy, but they are so lucrative and they're so simple. So now I'm just going in and doing those side ones. When I do her root smudge, see, now it's gonna look like this. I did a quick French, a quick flufferoni at the bowl. And then when I go in and I do my root smudge, now I have my audience. I have my audience here. So now I'm going in, and this is just for like shits and gigs, but you can see that it kind of has harsh lines. So I'm gonna go in and I'm gonna blur out those lines. I'm literally just using a level 3. This is Megix10 specifically because it processes in 10 minutes, and that's important to me. So I go in and I'm just smudging out that line, being pretty cautious not to let it transfer before I go in and I actually like apply the vivid colors on both sides, which we did a mixture. I can't even tell you exactly because we used like 3 different vivid lines to do this. So, and I literally don't remember because when I teach a class, I'm just absolutely in the zone. I can't even like hear anything else around. By the way, if you ever want to come to one of our classes or get certified in extension, so much fun. We have an entire retreat. Like, it is just incredible. And I'm going to link the application below. If not, you can get a whole bunch of like more tutorials like this and like full colors and marketing and all the fun stuff on my school, which you can join 7 days free. I just drop a ton of gems in there and do some live coaching and stuff like that. So it's pretty awesome. If you want to do virtual certification, you could do that too, or business consulting. We have it all and we're really good at it. Just saying. Now I go in and I kind of blend it all together. If you're not careful with your vivids, they're going to come out really splotchy, which is obviously not what we want. So I always like go in and I resaturate. Now I'm going to go in with my purple and I blend it upward into the smudge, which I know that like technically speaking, you're not supposed to, this is my disclaimer, you're not supposed to put a semi-permanent into like a demi-permanent because of the developer and all that stuff. But I do it and nothing bad has happened to me yet, but I'm also not responsible if you do it and something bad happens to you. You know, you got to know the rules and then you can break them. At least I'm going to break them every time. It's who I am as a person. I can't help myself. But honestly, I think it would have worked too. This is when I told the class, I'm like, get up, go away. I'm going to finish this up. You've got another model to go view on the other side. I want you to install your extensions, whatever. We're good here. Get your hands in there. Get busy. We got work to do. You can see them. They're getting busy. They're getting busy. Here's a little shot of that root blend before Alyssa goes in and does her extension. So she is doing that J placement. These are slice strands. She is obviously really advanced. She is the creator of slice strands, so she can do like 3 at once. It's pretty freaking neat. These are the end results.